In the heart of the Netherlands lies a village shrouded in dread. Strange lights flickering in the night? Unmarked vehicles lurking in the shadows? What if something lies just beyond our perception? As whispers pass from one hushed mouth to another, the truth might be far more sinister than we dare to imagine. Stay until the end to understand everything. In the autumn of 1994, in the small town of De Lier, a group of school children experienced an unsettling encounter that would mark the community forever. One crisp October afternoon, the children were playing outside when they suddenly froze in their tracks, their faces pale as they gazed at the sky. For several minutes they stared upwards, drawn to a silent object gliding through the air. Witnesses claim it was a disc-shaped craft, gleaming against the azure backdrop, with blinding white lights that pierced the evening vigil. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the anomaly performed a series of inexplicable maneuvers, darting left, then right, ascending gracefully before vanishing into thin air. The sighting was brief, yet haunted them still. Immediately following the event, the children reported their experience to their parents and teachers, sparking a wave of fear and curiosity that rippled through the village. Imagine that sense of disbelief felt by the townsfolk, a blend of skepticism and the unsettling chill creeping down their spines. As nights grew darker, stories began to spread. People whispered about strange occurrences, intense feelings of being watched, muffled sounds resonating from unexplained origins, and the sense that something was just a breath away. But why did this incident capture the imaginations of the locals so deeply? The Netherlands has its own history of UFO sightings, coupled with an uncanny European fascination with the unexplained. Within this cultural narrative, numerous incidents of supposed alien encounters had fanned the flames of folklore, tales of visitors from the stars encountering the unsuspecting on warm summer nights, and whispers of strange beings lurking in the Netherlands' murky histories. The Ignis sightings a few decades earlier had already set the stage for societal myths around unidentified flying objects. Reports of these events, mixed with government investigations, fed an atmosphere ripe for speculation. National media took the hint. Eyewitness accounts broadcasted on evening news transmuted simple stories into sensationalist tales. Soon after the children's report, various journalists flocked to De Lier, eager to explore and exploit the legend. A spiral of unforeseen events unfolded. Circles of amateur UFO enthusiasts dawned in the village, seeking connections and truths. For them, the story of De Lier echoed ancient themes of the unknown, reinforcing their beliefs. Could it be a sign, a warning from beyond, or merely isolated oddities disappearing amongst the mundane? Amidst the growing buzz, what was perhaps most startling came next. In December of the same year, official police records recorded several spontaneous reports of unusual lights over the village. Residents reported their own sightings, vivid descriptions of darting lights and eerie silhouettes bursting through the fog. Each report echoed the last. A growing sense of danger began to creep in, taking hold of the hearts of those told for ages to dismiss their fears. Psychological surveys revealed heightened anxiety levels among villagers. People started to lock their doors earlier, hung ominous signs warning passers-by of strange happenings. Curious enough to venture outside, those who braved the night often found only silence lingering at the fringes, feeling the weight of suspense hanging like heavy fog. Among official records, bizarre yet noteworthy facts began to accumulate. A police incident number, 94121, tied to reported sightings on the same night, was buried within obscure logs. Though the officer dismissed the events, this detail remained engraved on the minds of those keeping count. Unmarked vehicles were spotted lingering on the outskirts of the village, lurking with an unnerving presence. Were they reporters or something else altogether? The fear shifted from curiosity into anxiety, spiraling the folk into a darker abyss of uncertainty. As they pointed fingers towards the clear night sky, unsettling questions began to plague their minds. In the fallout of the 1994 De Lier sightings, a palpable shift occurred in the residents' lives. As the months turned into years, the village settled into a haunting normalcy dotted with occasional intrigue. Yet waves of uncanny events continued to wash ashore. Reports of flickering lights persisted, not just on crisp autumn nights, but throughout each season. Kids were still warned by their parents when playing outside, an atmosphere where caution carried the weight of unspoken fears. Many patrons of the local cafe gathered to recall their stories, an informal circle of witnesses knitted together by their shared terror. Local bus drivers even claimed they would spot oddities at dusk, and some genuine sightings even led to vigilant community watches. Museum displays started appearing, featuring artifacts and drawings inspired by the legends forged from that fateful October, absorbing the next generation into a world of enigmatic possibilities. Interestingly, as interest simmered, a particular pattern emerged. The sightings seemed to heighten around anniversaries, especially during October, with a frightening consistency. As whispers spread, their encounters amplified, like a siren's call of interest, drawing in those hungry for thrills and uncertainties. In truth, the tale of Delia is a chilling fabric interwoven with the supernatural, layered with historical beliefs steeped in fear and modern anxieties. What caught the children's eyes that fateful afternoon? Was it merely an illusion birthed from imagination? Or were they witnesses to something otherworldly, something that eludes our grasp and comprehension? Perhaps the most unnerving part isn't just the events that transpired, but the myriad of questions left still unanswered. As time spirals forward, the villagers dwell in the remnants of their fears. For every flicker in the night, every whisper of wind through the trees, a mystery stirs. The echoes of the past linger like shadows upon the walls. You're still left wondering, aren't you? What happens when we choose to ignore the signs? When tales of the odd and obscure become mere folklore? Perhaps some truths were never meant to be fully understood. If you enjoyed this eerie journey, subscribe for more.